जेम एरोमेटिक्स का आईपीओ 19 अगस्त को खुलेगा। प्रति शेयर प्राइस बैंड 309 रुपए - 325 रुपए तय। जेम एरोमेटिक्स लिमिटेड का इनिशियल पब्लिक ऑफरिंग आईपीओ 19 अगस्त को खुलेगा और 21 अगस्त को बंद होगा, जबकि एंकर इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए बोली 18 अगस्त को लगेगी। यह आईपीओ 175 करोड़ रुपए के नए शेयर जारी करने और 85 लाख शेयरों की ऑफर फॉर सेल (OFS) के रूप में आएगा। कंपनी का लक्ष्य लगभग 1700 करोड़ रुपए का मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन प्राप्त करना है। कंपनी के चेयरमैन श्री विपुल पारेख, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर और सीईओ श्री यश विपुल पारेख तथा डिप्टी सीएफओ श्री सूरज शाह ने मीडिया को बताया कि आईपीओ से प्राप्त फंड का प्रमुख उपयोग उसकी सब्सिडियरी कंपनी क्रिस्टल इंग्रेडिएंट्स का कर्ज चुकाने के लिए किया जाएगा।
Started by my parents in 1997. I would like to explain what exactly this company does. The way we see as management this company and this industry at large, we are making ingredients that go into flavors and fragrances. हम जहाँ पे भी स्वाद है और जहाँ पे भी खुशबू है, हम वो सारे ingredients बनाते हैं। The application of this is in multiple industries that touch everyday lives. Of course, examples of this have been put on a table on the right side of this room, and they would be everyday personal care and household care items such as toothpaste, shampoos, soaps, perfumes, air fresheners, pain balms, vapor ups, etc. In short, anything that has flavor, fragrance or a therapeutic application, that's where our ingredients are used. Now, largely speaking, how do we see as management the industry structure? Number one, at level 1 is where Gem Aromatics is, where we're making ingredients which are specialty oriented. There are a total of 70 products that we manufacture. Level 2 would be the flavor and fragrance houses. Companies that buy these ingredients formulate a flavor or fragrance based on their end application. So that would be the level 2 of this. And the level 3 would be the brand owners, which are the large FMCG companies. Some of the names that were given earlier, such as Colgate, Emami, Dabur, Patanjali, etc., that would be level 3. Now these companies at level 3 also happen to have formulation capabilities where they are using ingredients that are manufactured by level 1 and effectively have some sort of a formulation unit for their retail facing customers, which is the consumer at the end of the day. So 60% of GEM's business goes from level 1 directly to level 3. We work directly with these brands. Another 25% of our business goes to level 2, which is the flavor and fragrance houses at large. And then the balance 15% of GEM's business effectively would be to the traders, distributors, etc., who in turn would be serving level 2 or level 3 at some stage. So this is how the construct of this industry and our positioning in that at a very simple phase is. Coming back to the journey that we started, so 97 is when we started this business. It was very humble beginning, very modest turnovers until 2009. Effectively, we had 2 products and 1 anchor customer. It was in 2009-10, and I joined the business on, to be very specific, on February 1st, 2011, after spending 7 years in the US working and studying. And we had one focus when we started. It was to figure out what is our right to win. If we wanted to scale this business and take it to the next level, we had to ask some very, very tough questions. And the management sat down together, and the core analysis that we had done resulted in the following answers. We need to expand our customer base. Look at exports. How will that happen? बना सकते हैं, अच्छे कॉस्ट पे बना सकते हैं। तो बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन, फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन, लैटरल इंटीग्रेशन, जो कुछ करना है वो पूरा का पूरा बिजनेस केस स्टडी और मॉडल बनाया। And through that journey, a few key milestones that we kept achieving. We understood what the targets were and how to get there. So first was, of course, to grow the exports. We became a star export house in 2013. 2016 in Badaयूं, Uttar Pradesh, which gave great backward integration benefits to us. 2017, the company's turnover reached 80 crore rupees. 2018, it became 164 crore rupees. 2019 was another very key milestone in the company. doTERRA Enterprises, who is a customer of Gem Aromatics since 2015, invested in Gem Aromatics. It is a USA headquartered company which makes personal care ingredients, nutraceutical ingredients, and aromatherapy products. It is more than $2 billion in revenue, and it is a customer of Gem Aromatics. They invested in Gem in 2019. 25% of Gem is owned by this company, who's a customer. It's a strategic investor. And the balance 75% is by the Parekh family, which is in effect my parents and myself. And that's how the construct right now is. In 2020, we opened a USA-based subsidiary, and subsequently a 3-star export house status has been received by the company in 2024. And we also commenced our unit number 3 in Dahej, Gujarat, by the name of Crystal Ingredients, which is a 100% subsidiary of Gem Aromatics. Some of the key high-level snapshots of the company that I would like to certainly highlight is that our installed capacity is 5,346 metric tons. This is at an inflection point. As we stand today in August 2025, this is already all the capex investment has been done, and we are at that inflection point that this number is going to significantly increase. And we are absolutely ready, and every week of August, one production line at our unit number 3 is starting. So the inflection point of the company is right now as we speak. Some of the key takeaways as of March 2024 are revenue of 504 crores. EBITDA is at 18%, 88.5 crores. PAT margin is at 11%, 53.4 crores. And the net debt to equity is 0.8x. The company's core focus is on value-added ingredients. To put it very simply, एक बेस की रॉ मटेरियल इंग्रेडिएंट अगर $10 का आता है तो उसके वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्ट्स में पहुंच के we can sell the most expensive value added ingredient at a price of $500 and everything in between. So the more we go deeper in the chemistry, the more we can be a valuable proposition to our suppliers and our customers. We are 50% exports, 50% domestic, ballpark. 280 employees, even this number is significantly going to increase as our unit number 3 focus upon specialty ingredients ramps up. And 13 scientists in R&D as we move forward. Now, from a standpoint of the products that we are doing at large, of course, not every single product that we manufacture can be put here, but at least the brief of what we are doing has been largely laid out. The categories where we have leading market positions are in mint, clove, and eucalyptus. Today, if I may say largely, which are the world's 6 largest flavors? They would be from the world of, if we start, it's vanilla, followed by citrus, followed by mint, then eucalyptus, then clove, and chocolate. Now all these 6, in 3, Gem is very much present and has a market dominating position. Peppermint. Today, if someone has used a toothpaste that is mint-based flavor, that is a #1 application where a peppermint is going to be used. Spearmint, for those who have had chewing gums back in 90s and early 2000s, there used to be a yellow wrapper chewing gum with the name Spearmint on it, and a green wrapper chewing gum with the name Peppermint on it. Now that's one application. Of course, we have migrated to so much more advanced, but that's pretty much one other application where largely spearmint or that sweet taste of mint is being used. And this is just the one ingredient that we're mentioning. We go fairly deep in terms of everything that is value added out of this. We extract it, we process it, and then we use it forward. Menthol, again, this is the ingredient that is used widely for any cooling application. My father, who is the chairman, my mother is a CFO, and I'm the MD CEO of the company. We all have wide experiences, and our details are right here. On this particular slide, I would specifically like to highlight about the board. The board meet in this, the last two names on the left side, Dr. Parag Gopte is a professor from ICT, Indian Chemical Technologies Institute in Mumbai, has helped our team with the continuous flow chemistry and mentored our teams on how we can use engineering prowess to really drive efficiencies forward. I've already spoken briefly about Dr. Shubhangi Umbarkar, who is a catalysis expert from NCL Pune and has played a vital role in mentoring our teams as well, in really using catalyst to our own advantage and how we can grow from there. On the dais, we have Mr. Dinesh TV, a strong pillar as Chief Operating Officer of the company. He has been with the group since 1997 and looks into all critical operations.
So the promoter holding, which is the Parekh family, is 75%, and 25% is held by doTERRA, who's a strategic investor. Post the IPO, the Parekh family will hold 55.01%, and doTERRA will hold 18.3%. The rest is the float.
Okay, great. You have done a lot of research in developing your techniques as well as the products. So how do you protect your IP? Are you having any patents or applied for?
No, so the company at this stage does not have any patents, nor have we applied for any patents. We focus upon developing our indigenous technology, and we figure out the nuances of how to get the highest efficiency out of that.
Good afternoon, team GM Aromatics. I am Mehul Dani from FinTech BizNews.
Here is a classic example of, let's say, what is given out there, right? Vapor phase-based technology to go from phenol to manufacturing anisole, for example. The historical or the traditional method out there was to use dimethyl sulfate, which is the old technology, having very high effluent generation, and which is known to the world for multiple decades. We decided to completely do the clean vapor phase-based technology, where the catalyst had to be significantly altered, use that catalyst, use the technology in terms of establishing and really improving the efficiency significantly. And the most important aspect is a completely effluent-free process, thereby from a sustainability standpoint, far more scalable. And it's examples of this that we have been able to use across multiple products, where using the new age technology and looking at sustainability, we have been able to really value add. And that's one example of how we have gone ahead using it. Thank you.
What is the
as a leading player? Right. So the total addressable market for all our products is about $3.4 billion globally. And our endeavor is to always go ahead and keep innovating and focus upon technology to keep that edge. We have been able to surpass the industry growth average by significant margin by focusing upon value-added ingredients and specialty chemicals as we move forward. And that has also been seen throughout our journey. Thank you.
Hi sir, this is Sharan Ilani. Congratulations firstly on the IPO. So what is your current capacity and capacity utilization, and what will be the capacity post expansion?
Sure. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you for that question. So our current installed capacity is 5,346 metric tons, and we've currently at that 80% odd utilization ballpark. And going forward, again, this is a greenfield expansion that we've done. So as that capacity comes online, of course we've scaled. We would we're beginning line by line, so we're still actually getting to that capacity slowly in the third unit.
And just like it's 5,000 now, what will be?
Yeah. So we know the numbers, sir, but as we are bound by,
So we
It'll be 7,000, 6,000.
it'll be significantly increased. We exactly know the number, but unfortunately, courtesy of this,
Offered RSD.
yeah, we really can't say it out loud.
So what's your export today, especially in the US?
So, sir, today specifically, we are 50% exports. A significant portion of that is to the US market. But the tariffs, if that's what you're leading towards, does not have any impact upon GEM Aromatics. And I can go on the specifics a little bit further on this question of how it does not have. So 25% of our total product portfolio is exempted from tariffs. That portion is out. Rest, the balance of it, we are making intermediates that are being used by our customers to make finished products. And those customers that are using our intermediates to make the finished products also have a large export portfolio out of the US. So you have an option called as duty drawback, which effectively, at a very broad spectrum, what it means is US-based manufacturers can import duty-free and tariff-free from those countries into the US as long as the finished product is exported out. So that takes care of a large portion of our sales into these US. The third point here is these are global companies with multiple manufacturing capabilities. For example, our top customer has a manufacturing facility also in Southeast Asia and Thailand. Our number 2 customer has a manufacturing facility in Ireland. So for whatever needs to be consumed within the United States, they have already laid out very robust plans to go ahead and use our intermediates in these different geographies, make the finished product there, and then export it to the US for domestic consumption.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As a strategic investor, of course, we have been working with them for a few years before that as well. And when they come in, they bring in the market. They also bring in additional product portfolios that we can process and work with. They've also helped us with technology in terms of how to use basic ingredients, value add, and push it forward. And they're a ballpark $2 billion enterprise, largely focused outside India, of course, because they're US based and a large portion of their sales are global in nature. And they make personal care ingredients, nutraceutical ingredients, as well as aromatherapy products. And they're really high end of the spectrum when it comes to pricing strategies. The kind of products they make are very good, very effective, very potent, and I hope that's it.
But what I would like to understand is, do they invest in companies elsewhere also?
So they, at this stage, frankly, they have invested in some other suppliers worldwide, but not in India.
Okay.
Yeah.
But more of a strategic investor, so no, they would invest.
They are a customer of ours. Yes.
Correct.
Okay. And when you say you're a customer of yours, how much portion of the exports do they go to them?
So as of FY25, 8% of our revenue was to Rotterdam.
So we have 50% exports, we are not 50% US, just to clarify that particular point there. And if I've understood the question correctly, and I don't think I've got the complete gist of the question here, but we are certainly focused upon either exports or domestic. The whole idea is the customers need to get a tactical advantage to what is being supplied. And our focus is to create that value advantage for the customer. Now the question about what is the market share in each of the products, and it's a much like we're doing 70 products. So for every product there will be a different answer in place, a different strategy in place, a different USP in place. And we can certainly meet and discuss this slightly offline in the interest of the larger group to go into more specific details about every product category. With checks to sustain those claims, and only then they will be used as flavor ingredients.
Thank you.
Thank you. So at this stage, with the entire capex that we have done for our unit number 3, certainly to grow organic at this stage of our journey is what we are looking at for the next 3 years or so. But post which, as they say never, things are always open. If there are good, valuable propositions that make business case very strong, we are absolutely open to the idea of inorganic growth as well, that is strategic in nature.
Sir, how many
The first one is at Silvassa, second one is at Badaयूं, Uttar Pradesh, third one is at Dahej, Gujarat.
all these products, I think most of these are organic products.
Yes.
So how you are producing it, or you are taking from some other companies on bulk?
So the base KRM, key resource material, could be organic, could be, so we purchase it, and every product vertical there's a different KRM channel and resource that we purchase it from, and then we go downstream on it.
So by organic we mean natural products.
And
Sir, by organic do you mean organic chemistry, or do you mean
organic chemistry?
Organic chemistry.
Benzene following that way.
Yeah, correct. So sir, it depends, right? For every chemistry product there's a different resource. For example, phenol was mentioned in that particular slide. So phenol would come from any of the petroleum based refineries or people who are there in downstream chemistries of that nature. So we buy from those companies the basic phenol and would be going downstream to, let's say, manufacturing anisole. For a mint category, we will be buying it from the farmers, or we will be processing it, the natural identicals or synthetic in-house.
See, in saffron, you are using original saffron, see, up to the minimum 5-10%, or entirely organic.
So that is, it's made from a petroleum resource called citral, which is comes from, again, back from naphtha to citral. We would be purchasing that citral, which is a petrochemical source, and then going downstream to manufacturing saffronol.
And see, there are so many units in India producing these organic compounds. And how you compete with these people?
Right, sir. So there are many companies in India that are doing organic chemistry, as it's a very large subject. But the key differentiation is in the product. But the bigger key differentiation is how we are using technology in terms of chemistry, catalysis, and engineering to really create that niche and develop further. Operations from 1997.
Okay, so आप ये बताइए कि यश आने के बाद में आपके बिजनेस में कितना % ग्रोथ हो गया और आप इस कंपनी को किस एंगल से देख रहे हो? यश
RHP के हिसाब से बात करेंगे. So, I mean, thank you for raising the question. I thought I'll be left out answering nothing to public. It's good that you have given me the opportunity. Thank you everybody for this good start. It was wonderful to be here with you. Vijay ji, आपने सवाल पूछा है कि this is the 4th generation. Yes, in fact, if you see, this is the 5th generation in the business. We started the business from 1915, so we are almost more than 115 years now. Yes, we are very complacent when my both children, fortunately my daughter is also here sitting in front, and we were just 4 of us in the family. So once they moved out of India, we thought that we were very complacent, let's not do more. But your question is that Yash, after his higher studies, he came back from US, and since then we have never looked back. So he came in 2011. Fast forward 2011 to 2024, we moved from 30 crores to 500 crores now. Yeah, okay. So we moved from where we were in 2011 to where we are now. So we have moved substantially. We have moved with the time, with the fresh mind coming into our business, with this vision and with this expertise to grow this business forward. So we have grown exponentially ever since he's come back from his higher studies. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So would like to add
with your family. It is also sometimes very challenging. Of course, it's outside the scope of this RHP, but it's also sometimes very challenging. And we all have very good diversified roles in the business. I'm the MD CEO. My job is to ensure that we are always having good sales and good strategy plan in place with the team. So Dinesh Bhai and I, of course, Dinesh Bhai is much more focused on the granular operations, but we largely drive the sales and the strategy of the company. My father is a chairman. He's a hardcore projects guy. नया plant डालना है, पूरी team of engineers रहेगी, but the final negotiations would be handled by him, and he kind of plays that role. My mother, who's unfortunately not here, and hopefully next week she's going to be around. So she is the CFO, and she, along with Suraj as a deputy CFO and her team, they look into all financials and regulatory matters. So everyone has a very well role defined and cut out, and we all are very much in sync along with the next generation of young leaders like Suraj, and some of them are also here, to really groom and take the company forward.
So already there are products which are available in the market. Is there any product which you are planning to make on your own which will be a leader in the market itself?
So I have this answer to this question. Of course, one example of what I can really state is the cooling agents, clearly, where in India there is very limited capacity, if any at all. And we plan to come in and really take that particular stream forward. It's a perfect forward integration product. There are many more that I can go into very specific details about, and I guess in the interest of the larger group and time, we can meet offline and we can discuss this.
But what the question was, if we were to come to the market with our brand, no, we are not into a market to bring our brand.
No, not that. I mean to say like Sapnel you are working on. So there will be something like other unique product which will be again helpful in absence of the natural product.
Okay. The cooling agents was an example of that.
That's what. So it will be from company to company, not from company to retailers.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.